Good morning, everyone. I'm Billy. Today is the 10th day in making videos and upload it to LGB Daily. So today I'm trying to use English in my talking, as I realized that it is actually a good practice to periodically changes our presentation language. So I think that English is actually a really important skills for Hong Kong people. So for major languages Hong Kong people usually use, it includes Cantonese, Mandarin, and English. And of course our mother language is Cantonese. But that, if you're trying to improve our Mandarin and English skills, actually we can differentiate ourselves with others easily. Because for people who do not have a really high education level, they would not be able to speak Mandarin or English well, and especially English, because they are just trying to use their oral skills to communicate with others, while most Hong Kong people communicate in Cantonese instead of others like Mandarin and English or even Japanese, right? So if we're trying to improve our English skills, actually we can get appreciation by others, and also really easily, it's really obvious that your education level is high. Like for example, if you're trying to speak more and listen more to English, as well as some reading skills, so when you're trying to communicate with foreign people, it include native English speakers like people from United Kingdom or United States, but also some countries that are not speaking in English as their mother language. We can also use English to communicate with them when we have no common languages, as English is the international language, right? So like if we are trying to talk with Indian people or even some like Malaysian or Singapore people, so we're trying to, when we have a good English skills, actually we're not afraid when communicating with them. And I think that like learning English is a good way to improve ourselves. Like actually Mandarin and Cantonese got similar sentence structures, like you're just trying to read the same words in a different way or a different intonation. But English is completely different. Like sometimes the whole sentence structure is inverted as comparing with Cantonese or Mandarin. And if you're trying to like practice our English oral skills, actually will be used to both kind of sentence structures. And when presentation, you will not feel like you cannot present your points well, as you have to invert all of your points in a different structure, right? So yeah, so today I plan to use English to do my presentation in LGB Daily, and maybe every 3 days or 5 days I will change my language to Mandarin, and so on. After 5 days of Mandarin, I change back to English. Or even we can count as video counts. Like sometimes I will make 2 videos a day, like in the morning and at night. So yeah, I can make different languages in these ways as well. So talk back to today. So I feel that I have a great sense of achievement these days. Like yesterday, I did well in my 2 presentations. One is in English and one is in Cantonese. I feel that when I'm presenting my ideas, especially those I've prepared for a while, like the 2 presentations, so I feel that I'm more confident, and I managed to use some spaces between my wordings or sentences, so it can improve my like presentation, like penetration, is it called like that, and let others to focus on your words. Like sometimes I realize in my first or second video in LGBT Daily, I'm trying to use some meaningless word or sentences to fill up my whole talking. especially sometimes when I use Mandarin, I will keep use the words like 就是 or like, I don't know how to explain, but some of them I think that is meaningless. You're just trying to waste the patience of others listening to your presentation or looking at my video. So I think that is not a good practice, and I'm trying to improve these ways to minimize my spaces between. I mean, not spaces between, the meaningless words between, and convert them into spaces. Like in English, it's the same as well. Like sometimes if I really don't have any ideas to talk with, I just like that. And I realized that, like, not only after I do LGBT daily to improve my speaking confidence, but also like after the 3 months of sadness and depression, actually I feel confident a lot, and I understand how chatting goes and presentation as well. And now I think that oral is not really a problem already. And if I'm trying to, even like, confidence is a general way to improve oral presentation skills. Like, even if now I've just learned Japanese and I have to present any ideas using Japanese, even maybe I'm not speaking well and I still have many like I don't know how to say, like I don't speak it standard, but in like standard in pronunciation, but I can still manage my spaces and let others to listen to my talking. Like sometimes actually we're just some what we call rubbish word or sentences are trying to like make people not patient and not listen to your words. So this is actually a way of showing yourself you are not confident in the talk, or you're not confident in yourself, maybe your hairstyle, your face, your whole clothings, or anything. It makes you not confident. And when you're doing any speaking, even you're not trying to record a video or your audio, or just your audio, you speak in this way with many rubbish words because you're used to this mode, right? So LGBT Daily is trying to let me get rid of this mode. I'm trying to reduce my use of this, as in secondary schools, my presentation makes my brain blank, and I'm trying to use some rubbish words to fill my whole presentation. I think that my marks in presentation in secondary school will not be really good, but now I really can manage the timing, and my content, my confidence of the presentation. So I think that, like, after I make LGBT Daily for today, today is 10th day. So in this around 2 weeks time, I actually see my improvement gradually. It's really obvious because I really trained, like sometimes talk with talk in different topics. Like I'm not just talking about my own working schedule, like my exams or homeworks. I'm also talking about how to improve myself, or even some of the social studies, like social issues, like how I can engage in more social activities, how I meet more friends or even eventually girlfriends. Like these issues are actually not exactly related to me, right? It's just my own thinking, but I don't really have a girlfriend, or I don't really have much friends in my daily life, right? Just that few, like the two in CUHK, which is my secondary school friends, and John J. That's all. I don't really have much friends and much experience in social interactions, and I can still like trying to express my opinions using Mandarin or maybe now English, and trying to like discuss different topics and use different keywords to express my opinion. So I guess this is a really good way that I can improve my communication skills. I can really gradually see my improvement, and even today I talk with the professor in English, and I don't really feel scared even I have nothing to talk with or even dead air, because when I have any questions or any misunderstandings to the professor, I can easily just state out my questions, and if I have no choice of words, I will say, oh, I don't know how to say. Like I can give some time for myself to think, instead of like showing I don't have confidence and trying to use some rubbish words to fill my whole questions. And I guess the professor will not like to see that as well. And yeah, these 2 days, actually I feel that my progress is really great. Yesterday I got my presentation well, and my math exam is having a potential of getting full marks. So I'm feeling really a strong sense of achievement to yesterday and today as well, because today in the morning I did something different like I never did before. It's the consultation and the feeling of improvements in marks for my English essay. So as before I've mentioned, I got really a bad grade in my essay outline. I'm getting a C minus, and that is not really my English level. Like, especially for now, I'm trying to improve myself, and I don't think that this is really my level. And also I've realized and really important theory is that the first impression is really important. Like, why the professor will give me such a low mark is that he saw my introduction in the essay outline, and the introduction I've included many unrelated or irrelevant sources, and even some, like my essay is about landslides, and I took some landslide examples in 1972, which is like 40 years ago. And as when the professor saw this kind of sources, and he immediately pointed out that in my feedback. And actually today even I consulted him again for appealing. He didn't point out much of my errors or mistakes, and I've also explained what the misunderstandings he got in my whole essay. And overall, there is just 2 suggestions in improvements. So the first one is focus more in economic impacts, as this is my topic, and the second one is more relevant data. So actually, if I'm just trying to improve the data sources, modify my content a little bit, or maybe use Grammarly to do an automation in grammar checking, and then when I'm just giving back the essay for the professor to help me to mark it, and maybe I will get back a grade of B or B plus. So I really feel sense of achievement that I have the brave of finding my professor, and I don't feel stressful or a bit like scared, afraid, or not like confidence when talking with him or having any questions. I can just ask him freely. Yeah, of course he also gave me a very like friendly environment for me to ask freely and trying to continuously improve my English speaking skills or confidence. So it's also really happy that, like before I'm getting a C minus, it's also the problem of when I'm in the 3 months of sad and depression. Like, I don't have any motivation of do any stuff. In that time I'm just trying to finish the homework in the quickest way, and of course in that time it's really lucky that I don't have really much homework. But even I have homework, I can just like finish it in a really quick and effective way. But the only homework that I did worse is the essay outline, and I really have the brave to appeal with my teacher. And maybe after I finish my outline and I'm trying to write my actual essay draft, final draft, I will consult the professor again with my ideas or any ways of improvement I'm going to think about. So at last I hope that all of my grades will be not bad, especially for my mathematics courses, as well as some like compulsory courses including like liberal studies and English. So, oh, storage is full. Bye bye.